Hello, it is currently 11:30 p.m. on Friday the 13th of February 2026. I'm losing hope in humanity. Except I've already sort of lost hope in humanity, but I also haven't lost hope in humanity. I think there are multiple lovely and gorgeous people, and I think they are great and amazing. It is so fucking sorry, the glare of my glasses. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fucking annoyed. Um, those glasses are really cute, but I just hate the glare. Well, not the glare, the screen. You can see my screen. I use my computer to do these videos as my flashlight because the lights are off in my room. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm losing hope in humanity, but I'm not, but I am. I am like, it's so stupid that I'm getting desensitized to this because it's actually like deplorable. Like there's actually not a word in the English dictionary. There is not a singular word in the English dictionary that can truly describe how evil, putrid, and disgusting some of the stuff that has been coming out is. Everything with the files, it's insane. Like, I like can't even put into words how actually like horrible it is. And I feel like I'm going crazy. There's so many people of power involved, and it's like, obviously I've known basically my whole life. I mean, not gonna lie, guys, I was a child on the internet who was easily influenced and fully thought the Illuminati was like fully real. Low key, maybe I was onto something as a kid. I have always known people in power can never be trusted because there is no way to get that level of power, especially world leaders, etc., without doing horrible things. At billionaires and stuff, you cannot get that much money without doing horrible things, paying people nothing, exploiting people. But it's just like seeing everything written down as evidence. It is insane. Like, the time that we live in is genuinely crazy and fucked up and vile, and I actually cannot escape it. And it's not just the files, there's so much else going on. The files dropping in America, leaving the World Health Organization, and now suddenly multiple countries that billionaires like Jeff Bezos had tried, who, mind you, has huge shares in pharmaceuticals, and specifically these countries, well, some of these countries were ones that he has tried to silence and not get out there. Yeah, anyways, America leaving the World Health Organization, the files dropping, and now suddenly like six different countries have found cures for different types of cancers. Also, Alzheimer's in rats, insane. And just the time we live in. I literally saw a video today got sent to me, and I like the actual point of it was a great point. It was informative, but just the fact that we live in a time where all of these discoveries are coming out, the files coming out, everything, and videos are being made describing it of Minecraft parkour with AI Family Guy characters explaining it. And that is just a normal thing. Like, actually, what is going on in the world, and even like smaller, it's really not smaller. Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it is smaller. But even things like, I personally am in Australia. Australia recently, the president or prime minister, or whatever the word is, of Israel was here visiting, and so obviously many peaceful protests were held. And when I say peaceful, I mean genuinely peaceful. I have seen at least 10 different videos, and there I can guarantee you there's probably hundreds. At least 10 different videos of protesters who are actually standing still or just walking, not doing anything, being physically assaulted by police officers. In my own country, seeing that in America, obviously it's horrible. The ice, everything, it is so insanely horrible. But that is something that I'm used to only seeing in other countries. Seeing it happen in my own country is insane. My country is also, like, Australia is built off of the stolen generation, the exploitation, murder, and atrocities that happen to the First Nations people, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. And so, like, I already know my country is fucked. It is, like, people have this perception of Australia that it's, like, so much better than America and whatnot. We have huge problems with the racism here. We have so much going on. Our youth crime rate is insane. But seeing so much, it's genuinely, it just gets to a point. I feel like I can't escape it, and I don't necessarily want to escape it. I mean, ideally, obviously, I wish none of these things were happening, but I feel like it is such, like, now more than ever, it is more important to be informed on everything that's happening and to speak up against it and have an opinion on it and to essentially use your voice to try stop these things happening. But it's so much, and it's so scary, and it's so fucked, and it's so, like, horrible, and it's deplorable. Like, it gets to a point, I genuinely, like, I have spent a few years of my life being an actual NEET. I mean, it is why my YouTube channel is called 222 Otaku. You can see from my background, this is just one of the 4 walls in my room that are absolutely covered by posters. I've spent a part of my life being a NEET and a shut-in, and I genuinely am wishing that I can do it for the rest of my life, because it actually just gets to a point where everything is scary. Like, everything is scary. So many theories and conspiracies and evidence is coming out about so many horrible things, and it actually is just like, and you can't ignore it, because it needs to be spoken about, it needs to be known to the public. Like, we need to hold people accountable and stuff. And people aren't being held accountable. People aren't going to jail. Like, it's so bad. And not to pull out, I'm going to pull it out. Not to pull out the misogyny card, but pulling out the misogyny card. Obviously, Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever her name is, deserves to be in prison and deserves to be there for the rest of her life. But I just think it's really ironic that she is the only one in prison. None of the men involved are in prison. I think she deserves to, obviously, but I also think hundreds of men deserve to be fully locked up for the rest of their lives. And I think that definitely starts with the President of the United States. I don't care if this video is taken down. I don't care if I get shadow banned, anything. I want to talk about this. Like, everything is fucked. Everything is so insane. Everything is horrible. There's truly not a place in the world right now that is, like, okay. And it sucks. Like, actually, I hate using that word in this context, because I feel like sucks is just such, like, you can say that about anything, like, oh, this sucks, like, you know, they're out of me, like, they're out of something, the grocery store, oh, this sucks. But it's genuinely, it's like gut-wrenching, and it sucks. And I don't know what to do. I want to use my voice, and I want to talk about all the horrible things going on, and I want to spread awareness about it, but it also just gets to a point where it affects people so much. And please do not take this in the way where I'm like, oh, look at me, like, I'm affected by this, because I know the actual victims in every single situation, the people that were getting abused by the police, the victims in the files, the multiple people that have been suppressed and silenced for decades. It is so much worse for them, and I truly, truly wish nothing but the best for them. It gets to a point. Like, what is going on? Like, genuinely, what is going on? And I have theories of my own. Obviously, people can, I don't know, call me crazy. I believe there is more islands or places, towns, clubs where similar things are happening, where worse things are maybe happening. I think I am personally under the impression, and I don't care if I get called a fucking crazy or whatever for it, I believe that there are multiple other Epsteins out there. And the only reason why Epstein fully got is because it was, I think, because actually it did have the most people of power in it, but also there was something going on. Something happened that was about to be exposed, and so they had to sacrifice one of them. I genuinely believe there are so many other people that like there's other places that are exactly like that, if not worse. And it's scary and fucked and horrible, and it just fucking sucks. Like, I genuinely never in my life thought I'd ever be speaking about this. I never even would have conceived the thought. I genuinely could never have even imagined some of the stuff spoken about. Specifically the cream cheese in the files, if you know. If you don't, please. I mean, obviously look at your own risk, but I do believe it's important to know exactly what was going on, because ignorance is bliss, but it's also stupid, and it does not help anyone. It's scary as fuck. Everything is fucking scary. I don't care if I'm crazy, but I think it's fucked. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to continue speaking up and stuff, but it's like one thing. It's like, I feel like a lot of change needs to be happened, and I'm working actively every day to do anything I can to help change the world, but it's such like a thing where it feels easier to just ignore it, but please do not ignore it. I'm not ignoring it. I know it's like, you can't make the world change. That sort of mentality is why things like this have been happening for so long, and I truly hope that people can speak out more about it. I also do think we should deplatform and also put multiple of these people in jail. Looking back at like clips, especially of like what's his name, Jim Carrey, I think his name is, essentially alluding to these things, and when it came out, I remember everyone talking about it and saying that he was crazy and that he was having a mental health crisis and stuff. It obviously wasn't. He obviously knew. Multiple theories have been coming out, and it's fucked. And like, not to make light of it, but it just truly does remind me of being a kid and watching conspiracy theory videos on YouTube, especially like Shane Dawson ones, and like believing them, except now these theories don't actually seem like theories. Like, there's evidence. There's things that don't add up, and it's scary. I never really thought I'd speak about this. I didn't plan on speaking about this. I felt like I sort of had to, so I am sorry if you do not care, but I actually think you probably should. And I think people should be enlightened. I think people should speak up about it and these horrible things happening. I want to say, I don't support any of this. Obviously, I do not support a lot of things. I am purely for people being treated equally, people not having basic fucking rights violated. I'm for people not dying, for people not being assaulted. I'm really not good with my words, but please understand, like, please understand my point. I'm sorry that I made this video, except I'm actually not sorry, because I think it is insanely important. And if you think I'm crazy, I don't care. Speak up. Please speak up. Everyone needs to speak up. We need to hold these people accountable. We need to put them in jail. And do not let them get away with anything. Put them in fucking jail.